Anyone want any of this?
Yeah, lunch for tomorrow. Lululemon. And I think, yep. Okay, these are all unused, reusable bags. An entire box of them. Unclear why they were tossed.
You know, I've been making a lot of videos on the whole China tariff thing and how I personally would not cry if America cuts ties with China or America lessens the entanglement we have with China. I would not cry if we cut down on consumerism, on overconsumption. I wouldn't cry on those. But those are unrealistic wants or desires. What's realistic is, yes, America needs to buy. We are addicted to consuming. We have built our economy on consuming. So this is the thing where I've said this already, that I would not be surprised that by the end of this year, we go back to how it was before. Right? I would not be surprised in months things would change. We would go back to how it was with China. We will buy more, consume more. I wouldn't be surprised. Because I do understand our economy, our culture, our mindset is we are built on consuming. I just look at it this way, is that I wish that we can stop it, can cut it down, because we are over consuming. We buy so much, we buy or import so much food or produce so much food that we throw it away if it's excess. We make and buy so much crap that we honestly would throw away after a little bit of use. You know, cups, sippy cups, which please check out my other videos. A sippy cup for a kid. And what? For a baby. They use 1-2 years, thrown away. More makeup for our heavy makeup industry that women seem to want and need to wear. More clothes than we really need to have. We have so much. And just a whole bunch of other useless throwaway shit. Because we're not passing down these things to the next generation for generations to come. So these things just end up in our landfills. These things just pollute our world. Again, I'm being, what is it? Idealistic. I get it. If we don't buy, you know, it probably will cripple our economy. But it's like, I'm at the same time as that. How our economy has, and again, we done stupid shit to put us into these stupid positions. I get it. If we don't buy, I don't know, inflation comes up, or our debt, all we will hurt. It's just that, and like I said, it's not going to happen. I kind of want to see, I'm not being like malicious, I kind of want to see America that is not dependent on the rest of the world to survive. I don't know why we can't bring back or create manufacturing jobs again. Because again, people say, oh, no one wants to work these manufacturing jobs. We have people working in malls, people working in fast food joints, people working in Target, Walmart, Dollar Tree. So really, you really believe we don't have a workforce for these manufacturing jobs if they pay decent? Because we have people literally, you know, getting shitty paid to do shitty jobs. It's just that blindly, us Americans are fine with other countries paying their workers even less so we can get their cheaper products. So we can let these companies take advantage of cheaper labor so they can have higher margins, better profits. But like I'm saying, I'm being idealistic. For the last 50, 60 years or so, wherever since our manufacturing jobs have pretty much died, have we become better? Have our nation become better? I find that we have more to complain about. I find that, you know, we are buying more than we are producing. I find that we have higher debt than ever. I find that people are more unhappy than ever. I don't think buying is feeling our unhappiness, you know, our emptiness. I don't know. I just don't see America becoming better since, you know, destroying manufacturing job, over consuming, being dependent, our economy being dependent on buying shit from other countries. Other countries are not buying shit from us. Okay, other countries are not, you know, really desiring our imports. Not like that. I mean, again, we buy more than we consume. I mean, we buy more than we import. I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, I mean, I'm passionate about it, but I'm not deluded by it. We are addicted to buying. Our economy it's so intertwined with consuming. And I believe that our economy doesn't want to take the risk and, you know, make huge changes. Because again, the American public don't want to suffer the in between to see if we can change, if we can fix shit. We don't want to do it. We complain. You know, living paycheck to paycheck. The high prices of shit. But we won't make any big drastic changes because we are scared of being, going through difficult times in the meantime to see if things will change.
Just by CVS. I don't know why. Literally, this keeps happening to me. A whole bag of M&Ms. There's Twix, Snickers, and then I think that's Valentine's Day chocolate. Huge amounts here. Boxes of these Lind chocolate Hershey bars. A bunch of this. There's a lot of stuff. It's all past the Best Buy date, but it's like a month past. I am still gonna enjoy this. Okay, now this. Look at this. All these Twix bars. Oh, After Sun stuff. Lean Think, whatever bars these are. Epic. It's a lot. Then this bag is all M&Ms. This is like the third or fourth haul. Oh, some stickers on here also. Of these M&Ms that I've gotten in recent months.
I'm gonna be on this for, I don't know, forever, or until the whole tariff stuff talk is done. I will not cry if Americans cannot buy cheap products created with cheap labor. If a product that is made in the U.S., let's say, I saw this woman, or my last video, she sells these, I guess these wooden storage boxes. She called time capsules for people to put their scrap, I don't know, keepsake pictures and stuff in. She said if she made it in the U.S., it would cost $400. Here's the thing. If it's going to cost $400, let's just keep it for the rich. Keep it for the high middle class. Because here's the thing. Why do ordinary people, regular people, middle class to maybe lower class people need to buy a wooden storage unit to keep photos, to keep scrap paper in, to keep letters in? Why do you need that? It is essentially frivolous spending, needless spending. I'm not going to cry that your business disappears because you can't sell Americans $90 scrapbooks. I'm not going to cry because you can't sell Americans $400 wooden, storage boxes. I'm not going to cry because you can't sell. There was another one who he said he's going to have a problem because he can't sell his custom rims. I'm not going to cry. You can't sell Americans custom rims. I'm not going to cry because you can't sell them rims to the rims on your car are perfectly fine. They're perfectly fine. I'm not going to cry because Apple can't sell us the same goddamn phone every year. Literally, the same overpriced goddamn phone every year. Why can't you just, why can't they sell us a quality phone every 5 years? A phone where, how about it innovates? It's not the same goddamn phone. Like every year, the battery sucks. Every year. And it is intentional that your battery sucks on your phone. Intentional. So they can force you to buy a new phone every year. I'm not gonna, again, there is no good argument. We need China's cheap labor. If you can't produce it here at a reasonable price, then you know what? Don't produce it at all. Don't produce it at all. There's also a thing where, oh my God, Americans don't want to do manufacturing jobs. Americans don't want to. Who wants to do a fast food job? Who wants to do that? We have millions of people doing fast food jobs. Who wants to do a job in a mall? We have millions of Americans doing that. And also, this is the thing that's funny. A little while ago, before the whole tariff shit, we were complaining about, what about the immigrants? What job are they going to do? How are they going to cut you along? Okay, you care about immigrants doing cheap labor here, but you don't have our immigrants doing manufacturing jobs? It's like, make it make sense. You want to keep immigrants here so they can still do cheap labors, but you say that there's no Americans would do manufacturing jobs here. It's like, you say, Americans only want to do high-earning, skilled jobs. Really? We have a lot of people who have no education. Our education system is in the toilet. It's in the toilet. The Chinese have a better education system than us. It's like every single argument people have made, there is nothing good about it. I've yet to hear a good argument. I just told you, no one wants to do a manufacturing job. Do people want to do fast food jobs here? They do it here. America's going to suffer because we need China's cheap goods. Do we? Do we need China's cheap goods? How about, let Americans suffer so they can't buy cheap goods? I'm not going to cry about that. We have a problem where we overconsume. Nobody knows how to budget. Nobody knows how to save. Nobody knows how to invest. All we know how to do is buy. I think that is why, personal opinion, why Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. We know how to take vacations every couple months. We know how to buy, home decor. We know how to buy a whole bunch of H&M clothes, Primark clothes, useless things that we will never use again. We know how to buy a whole bunch of shit from Amazon. Yet we don't know how to save and budget.
Have you ever worked for a corporation that made you destroy usable items that could otherwise be donated? Maybe you worked at Victoria's Secret and you had to cut up bras because they're smelly, when obviously they could be washed and then donated somewhere. Maybe you work for Hallmark and you had to slash through tissue paper and unsold cards after a holiday, like all of these that I found in the trash. Or maybe you work for the glasses company Foster Grant, which requires employees to snap all of the reading glasses in half. Or maybe you work for a bookseller like Barnes & Noble, which required you to strip the cover from books and then toss them. There are so many examples of this, and I feel like we don't talk about it enough. I think if everyone could share their stories about working at a retailer and being forced to toss these items, then maybe we could change things. So please duet me about what it was like for you as an employee being forced to destroy all of this merchandise. Let's hope your stories can change things. Welcome to my first unboxing video. So excited to show you all the Coach purses that I bought from Dumpster Diving Mama. As you can see, they're all slashed, which is Coach's policy. This is what they do with unwanted merchandise. They order an employee to deliberately slash it so no one can use it. And then they write it off as a tax write-off under the same tax loophole as if it were accidentally destroyed. Coach actually has a repair program for their bags, hopefully their shoes too. So I'm gonna bring some of these into Coach and ask them to repair it for me. Because according to their website, they really care about the circular economy and they really care about sustainability. They're a publicly traded company, but this is not disclosed anywhere. See, don't ditch it, repair it, Coach says. Repair your bags. It's another small thing we can do to keep bags out of landfill and reduce our impact on the planet. Coach is working to make fashion circular.
It's a funny situation now because many American importers are asking factories or shipping companies in China to pay for that 20% tariff. They're saying, oh, the tariffs is because of we can't control it, but we don't want to pay for that additional cost. We don't want to push it onto the consumer or our distributor. We want you to pay for it. We want China, we want you to pay for it. The factory is going to tell you to find another factory. We're not going to pay for it. Shipping companies are not going to pay for it.
So there's conflict between these two sides.
If they can't settle, then there's no business anymore.
So are Chinese companies and shipping companies, factories saying, sorry, we're going to do business elsewhere?
Chinese netizens everywhere, they're saying like, it's so hard to do business now with the US, we're just going to quit.
Go elsewhere.
Yeah, because Chinese people, we are very hardworking and we like to be challenged and we are never like beaten down until we're like, it's just not worth it.
Until it's just not worth
the trouble.
I've been making a lot of these videos lately, and I guess it's just, I have a passion for it. F China. F China, F anyone who doesn't support America. I hate people who don't love their own country. This is a thing where the whole thing with the tariffs, the whole thing that we need to buy Chinese cheap goods. Only China can manufacture shit for the Americas. Here's the thing. Please watch my other videos, my other recent videos. This is the thing. I'm not going to cry that Americans can't buy Chinese cheap goods. I'm not going to cry that some American entrepreneurs can't source their manufacturing to China for their cheap labor so they can sell overpriced shit in America to Americans. I'm not going to cry about that. I'm not. I suffer from it, right? This is the thing where I suffer from consumerism. I'm a big proponent on the stock market. Okay, I buy these companies, Amazon, Nike, all these companies. But at the end of the day, yeah, if the whole thing with the tariffs end, I'll probably make money. I'll probably make a good amount of money. But honestly, selfishly, yeah, I'll make a good amount of money. But I don't care. I think about this. I think it's poisonous that Americans have become such big consumers. We buy a whole lot of shit. And like I said, I suffer from it. But it's like, I come to realizations that, the shopping, shopping therapy, it's temporary joy. It's for people who are already unhappy, so they try to do the dopamine effect of shopping to gain small bits of happiness. And I don't think that's a good thing. I'm not going to cry for Americans that can't buy cheap goods. I really think that, us caring to buy these, a new iPhone every year, us caring to buy, fast fashions, Primark, H&M, all this shit, and buy clothes that, we either wear once in a blue moon, or we wear once, wash it, and we can't wear it again, or, we buy clothes that we put in a drawer that we never even wear. I'm not going to cry about that. I'm not going to cry that we just can't get our fix of buying a whole lot of shit that, is just filling up landfills. I'm not going to cry that we need the Chinese to manufacture our stupid goods. This is, and you know, and I've been seeing a whole lot of these Chinese videos right now. You know how Chinese are manufacturing all these things for Americans. I don't care. Maybe we don't need it. Maybe we shouldn't be dependent on that shit. I think it's been unhealthy for us. There is a Netflix video, a documentary that shows that how poisonous overconsumption is. And I'm going to repeat it. It's been poisonous for me too. But you know, I'm not caring about myself. Okay, I care about the future of, I don't know, our nation, of mankind. That we are buying a whole lot of trash. You know, we buy something, use it once, we throw it away. Where does it go? Where do you think it goes? It doesn't disappear. It goes to more landfills. And also, it's like, okay, let's benefit from China's slave labor, where they can pay their workers $2 an hour. Oh wow, slave labor is not good for America, but it's fine. Let me outsource my slave labor. That makes sense. That's good. Yeah, I'm surprised Democrats are for this, are against the tariffs. You don't want slave labor here, but okay, as long as it's some, you know, poor Asian person, yeah, they can do slave labor. No, I'd rather pay a bit more for quality products that, you know what, will last maybe generations, will last maybe 5, 10 years or longer. I'd rather pay for a good quality phone that will last me 5, 10 years instead of buying one iPhone that, you know what, they purposely effed up the battery, so you have to buy another one the next year. It's just, I don't know. I'm gonna keep on saying this because I think you know, America is going to do a deal. I mean, come on. I mean, we are addicted to buying. So I don't think it's gonna change that much in the next couple of years. I don't think we're gonna fix our problem because, again, I think it's a problem. We are heavy consumers. We consume more than we produce. So, but I think it's a poisonous thing. I think it's unhealthy for us. But it's like, you know, what can I say? I'm going to speak my mind about it. I'll be against it. I hope that we tear away from China. I really do. I don't care if China has deals with other countries. I only care about America. I only care about America because, you know, this is my country. These are the, you know, the people that, you know, I deem as, you know, me being part of. Because, you know, other countries want to do what they want to do. But I just think that us being heavy consumers has been poisonous for us. We're not gonna change it, but I'm not gonna cry if we stop dealing with China.
Consumption has been rebranded as cute and organized, but guys, restocking is not a flex. The ability to buy super specific, perfectly labeled containers to hold all of your items that came in a perfectly good container is not something to be proud of. And here's why. This kind of thinking ties your self-worth to your ability to consume both a bunch of plastic crap that will end up in a landfill sooner rather than later, and a bunch of heavily scented, heavily flavored toxic chemicals. I won't deny that these videos are temporarily satisfying, but the idea that decanting your plastic container of fabric softener into a giant glass countertop container will somehow improve your overall quality of life is mistaken. Solid relationships, financial security, your health, and memorable experiences are the formula for a life well lived. Don't be duped into buying all of this landfill-bound crap by all of these hauls and restock videos that are just a disguise for Amazon commercials. Stop solving problems that don't exist. Overconsumption.